Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, Spence, let's trip out.
I'm afraid not every human is as smurfy as they should be, Sassy.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Yeah, certainly. Here we are.
This pizza pie won't pass. Too many calories. Oh, the rest is okay. Natural light! Get it off me! Get it off me!
I don't know the meaning of the word chip.
Documented Geek Den.
Okay, we are here. Greg is going from his phone because the weather is shitting out his internet.
Yep.
Goddamn
No fun.
technology.
No fun
But-
at all.
We are counting down our favorite slashers, supernatural and human. And we're going to dissect them as much as we can in the limited time that we have this evening. So, we each made a little top 10 list. And we're going to discuss as we go. I figure I'll go ahead and start us off. Just see how this thing kicks off. Sound good? And
Sounds good to me.
we'll wing it from there. All right. So, let me look here. I don't have my list in any particular order right now, so I'm just gonna pick one. And Malachi, Children of the Corn.
Ooh, good.
I haven't. I'll be fair and say I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I remember him always being one of my favorite
This is
killers.
the kill count as a parameter. There's no way to really know Malachi. It's not even covered in the Stephen King Children of the Corn story, right? But he was definitely.
I have a few of those.
That's the thing, though. Like, he was Isaac's enforcer. Like, he was definitely the fucking executor, right? He was the executioner.
Yeah.
And he definitely I forgot what's the dude's name who played him. I can't remember.
Fuck.
I love him, man. I love him everything I've seen him in. But he was he definitely played the part as if he enjoyed it, like he was into it. It wasn't just believing.
Oh yeah, he was into it for sure.
I don't know. That's not a bad kickoff. I mean, definitely failed when it came up against Supernatural, though. I'm just saying, if that was still going on.
Oh yeah, but that's why he's number 10. Let's go. Jason, why don't you go next?
I'm actually going to go with Mick from Wolf Creek.
Ooh, good one.
So, if for no other, let's say if you watch the series with it, which you don't have to, but just the movies themselves, the sheer pleasure that guy takes in stalking and hunting things that are not Australian. And that's like the whole purpose behind it. Like, you don't belong in his fucking country. So, you know,
right.
If you get in his way, you also don't belong in his fucking country. Incidentally, all of it's his fucking country.
For real.
I don't know. He was a let's say a surprise for me to even discover. Like, when I first came across this movie, it was like, Wolf Creek, yeah, let's give it a shot. And like, the more I got into it, the more I was like, holy shit, it's fucking nuts. It's great.
Yeah.
And also seemingly really hard to hurt.
Yeah.
Like, you could
I noticed that about him.
But he's definitely not like he's a survivor. He's like a fucking bushman, so he just skitters off, wraps some fucking kangaroo shit on it, and calls it done.
That was a good one. I like that. Wolf Creek is a great movie. Krager.
My number 10 is the miner from the barn. That guy's obviously
Ooh.
supernatural, but yeah,
Yes.
great movie.
Wait, is that the original or remake, or were they both the exact same?
There's one. I don't even know what it's about. I haven't watched it, but the one I'm talking about is like it has those three like monsters, and it's over Halloween and that. I think we watched it together. Like we did a group watch on it. I think.
Yeah. That was last year sometime. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, what was it? Maybe I misheard the movie. One more time.
the barn.
The Barn. I did mishear the movie. I misheard who you were talking about entirely. Okay.
All right. Billy.
I am gonna go with an old fan favorite. I'm gonna go with Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
Yeah.
I feel
Good
like
one.
if we're talking supernatural, you can't really do much more supernatural than Pennywise.
Yeah.
However, if we are pitting Pennywise against other horror antagonist, villain, whatever, in this thing, I mean, he feeds on fear. So how is that going to play into with some of these other characters, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
There's really not. Yeah, no. Even the supernatural or the human versions, there's not a whole lot that like fear is a motivating factor for them. Although
Yeah.
if it's play on an individual's biggest fear and just to know what it is, then according to the Freddy versus Jason shit, he could take out Voorhees.
Yeah. I mean, you have
Yeah.
to know that you have to know not to be afraid of Pennywise. So would these guys
How can
know
you just
not to
don't
be
know what's
afraid?
happening? Like if somebody, like once again, Michael Myers would have no problem with Pennywise.
No.
Doesn't have any emotions.
Michael Myers fears nothing.
Yeah, there's no issue. Pinhead, the Cenobites have no issue whatsoever.
That's true.
There's worse than him underneath that dude's breakfast nook. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. That's actually a great kickoff as far as supernatural.
That's a good one. That's a great number 10.
Healthy debate involved in that.
Yeah. Okay.
What it's all about.
Absolutely. My number 9. The Family from the Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah. Almost put them. Almost. Chose not to at the end. I figured they're
Both the original and the remake. I like them both.
Like the original version they did get into it. They did a great job of fleshing that shit out on the remake, I thought. Like arguably the Hills Have Eyes, like they are victims to, granted they're violent, psychopathic, redneck, fucking mutated hillbillies, yeah. But they're also
well, in the original they're inbred.
right. Like it's based off the fucking Sonny Bean shit.
Yeah, I think so.
That was the basic idea. It was the remake where there's everything had been irradiated from the neutron, or not the neutron, but the atomic testing.
Yeah.
So they
were birth defects and shit from the atom bomb projects and shit like that. But yeah. They always were. I always enjoyed those kills in those movies.
Oh, they were great. I mean, even the original at its time was so far ahead of its time for how far.
Yeah.
That's also Wes Craven, though.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, you can't really fail.
No.
Yeah.
But okay, Jason, number 9.
I'm going to go with the Collector from the Collector and the Collection. Yeah.
Good.
Or the Collector. The third one is finally coming out. Apparently, they finally got funding.
Yeah.
I think
I read it somewhere. I don't know if it's still true or if it even really was true, but I know they have the Collector, the Collection, and the next one is the Collected. I've been looking forward to it because I thought they were doing a great job of actually expanding the movie, starting from the original just torture porn shit happening in one house overnight.
Yeah.
I don't know, but back to the question as to whether or not he could hold his own against one of the others. I think it all depends on what he came prepared with. And whether or not they knew he was coming.
Right. Krager.
My number 9 is Killjoy.
Good to know the
That
comment.
guy's got. Yep.
You love your clowns.
Yeah, it's so many clowns. They're definitely some
Yeah.
rich material, aren't they? Like they just
Yeah.
are. I mean, you could do so much, which makes you wonder how they were ever that entertaining to anybody. Like colorophobia is a thing that's existed since clowns have existed. So why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why did they just put it to people?
Yeah, that is pretty funny. I don't know, just something about that entire series. It's so campy and fun.
Yeah, well, so you could know they didn't take them. They was like right up there with Leprechaun. Nobody was taking that shit seriously. They were just fucking partying.
Yeah.
Got some great prosthetics to attach to you. If you could deliver this line like you're just fucking trying to devour the script, we'll call it finished. I have no arguments against Killjoy.
It's Jurassic Park. The dinosaurs are loose. Tim Murphy snares a Dimetrodon. Grant wrestles with a dangerous Coelophysis. And a Pteranodon battles a spitting Dilophosaurus. Each sold separately. It's happening, but only at Jurassic Park.
Billy.
As I said off camera, I'm going with Jigsaw. But no, I'm not sure. Are we going Jigsaw, all of Jigsaw? Are we talking Kramer, Amanda, and On, or are we just talking Kramer? Or
if any acolyte is part of the plan, which they are, then they count as Jigsaw. Jigsaw being in one, it's one. I mean, because let's be fair. When you watched, what was it? Was it the third or the fourth one? I think was it the third one where you find out that the doctor's still alive, or the fourth one? Because like you never see.
I don't remember.
When Carrie Elwes,
the doctor
It's
died.
either the second one or the third one.
The cop lived. You're talking about Donnie Wahlberg, right?
No, in the first Saw,
the original Dr. Gordon. That was actually number 6.
That you find out that he was still alive and still going. So he's an.
I believe it was number 6 or number 7. It was one of the later ones.
But like, if they were looking for a single killer, they were failing because there was actually a whole fucking network of them who had been
survived. A whole mess of them, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So to me, Jigsaw is that whole thing.
Now he's obviously not supernatural. I mean, unless you want to be talking supernaturally crafty and smart, but inventive. But yeah, I think that he could give some of these big guys a run for their money. Just like, I mean, you walk 100%. In, you know.
I like Freddy Krueger got stopped in a girl's bedroom because of an exploding light bulb. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a possibility that Jigsaw could hold his own for quite a while before he got got.
Yeah.
100%. Okay.
Age of cancer treatment.
Right. What are we on now? Number 8. Norman Bates.
Ooh, I had him.
Yep, so did I.
Did you?
We're gonna run out before we all get to one. I hope we all know that, unless everybody has a lot of alternatives.
I traded Norman.
That's actually our first match. I'm surprised with that. So, but yeah,
he's like the granddaddy of them.
Yeah, the original Flash, pretty much.
Depend on whether or not he was on his home turf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a surprisingly low kill count, but like he didn't really kill anybody unless they offended him.
Did you ever see part? You saw? I mean, I know you all saw part 1, obviously. Did y'all ever see all the sequels they ran and did? There was one they did for Showtime, which they later released on VHS and eventually DVD. I'm pretty sure that was the one where he poisons his mom's lover and his mom. You find out his mom's dead because he killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that it shows what a fucking nut job she actually was too.
Mm-hmm.
So like really, when you think about it, he as a person, thinking as himself, really only killed like 2 people.
Well, yeah. According to Google search that I did, Norman Bates himself has a kill count of 11 between the first 4 movies.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but he was killing as his mother.
Right. But
Kill him though.
Personality. I'm saying the only people he
Kill
ever
him?
him killing was his own mom and her boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what arguably sent him over the edge.
Well, now you're talking semantics.
Well, kind of. I don't know. Just, I mean, we know that he's not. We know that he's he could not survive a fight with Pennywise.
Absolutely not.
Of course not.
He was immediately. It would be just one say be his dead mother going, "No, man," and he'd be fucking toast.
Norman.
And for that, I don't know that he would really survive one-on-one with any regular hooter because he's not really a regular. So he is a slasher, but he's not a regular one.
Right, fair.
Yeah.
But like, to be fair, going into this, I wasn't 100% sure like how to decipher like how we were going into it.
Yeah.
So I just went with my favorites.
Sure, what a slasher is. I'm still not.
Yeah, I just went with my favorites.
I went with things slasher-esque.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. They've all used knives for sure.
I went balls out, and big movie nobody's ever heard of.
Jason, you're number 8.
Chrome Skull from the Laid to Rest series.
Ooh,
I had Chrome Skull.
Did you have Chrome Skull? Yeah. He was a true fucking for no real reason slasher. Like, I mean, there was a reason he was going in, people were paying to watch it happen, but he was fucking like, and the thing is, he doesn't have a super high kill count either.
Yeah,
he had a stalking. So, but if we're using Pennywise as like the litmus, he could definitely survive any type of altercation with Pennywise.
Yeah.
You could actually probably single-handedly defeat him. Not even by laughing, you could just stare at him until he went away. Like that's what Michael Myers would do too, though. That's what he'd do. He'd just stand there and stare.
Yeah. But, Krager, number 8.
Number 8 for me is Trick from the movie Trick. Great slasher.
I've never seen that one. Surprise.
It's really good. It's on TV.
Well, of course it's on TV.
All the good shit is.
You live off Tubi.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
When did it come out, Craig? 1999?
I think
2019.
I don't even know. It might be 2019, yeah.
I got 2 as options. Oh, is there a dude dressed up as a pig? Patrick Trick Weaver massacred his classmates at a costume party?
Yeah, that one.
All right, good time. No, I didn't watch it. I am curious about it. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that one.
This was on Hulu a little while ago.
Yeah.
It was popping up on Hulu during Halloween, and I didn't watch it because I was watching all the other shit that came out.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, you're right. I missed out. Probably missed out. This doesn't.
I called it.
Nope.
For like the third time, everybody was like, okay.
I've just never seen it. I'm intrigued now. But
really good.
Trick.
Yeah. It's just called Trick.
My God.
Pumpkin.
How long it took him to come up with that?
Yeah. Pumpkin.
I can make up.
It's a really good
Billy.
slasher, in all honesty.
Yeah. Right on. I'll definitely be checking that out. I have Thursday off, so I guess who's staying at?
I do. That's what it sounds like.
But Billy, number 8.
All right, coming up at number 8, we have Roy Burns from Friday the 13th, Part 5.
Okay.
Way to go. That's the way to do it.
Not supernatural, but I mean, you
Still
think you think he's Jason. So
yeah. Shit. But then again, so did Jason prior to becoming what like the it's all right. So you got Part 2, right? Where Pamela's little boy who drowned in the lake, blah 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 blah, shows back up and all he's got is a hood. But he wasn't a zombie at that point. He was just seriously deformed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't see a zombie until part 6.
Right.
I don't know. I'm curious. How long was he actually human? And how many times did he just fucking go away because he was tired of getting beat up?
We'll see when before Freddy became supernatural, he didn't have that problem.
No. Well, that was you had all right. So the end of part 1 with the probably arguably one of the greatest jump scares in fucking cinematic history, right? Jason jumping up out of the water.
Yeah.
You never find out if that was real or a dream because the chick didn't return to do her role. Or what am I thinking about part 3?
No, you're thinking about part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the same girl that showed up in part 2 though?
Was Alice in part 2?
Yeah, was she? I can't remember. Dude, it's been a long time since I've watched this.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
They kind of blend.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Once you get to that point, you're talking about like part 3, which was the one where he took an axe to the face. I think that was part 3 when he fell out of the cabin or out of the barn.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, but keeping with the Friday the 13th, my number 7 is Pamela Voorhees.
Nice.
Yeah, fair.
She's on my list as well.
Did I have Pammy?
Nice. I had to include her because it blows your mind. You're watching Friday the 13th thinking it's Jason the entire time. And it's his mother. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the original mind-blowing moment for me, I guess.
And that monologue that she does right before, like as it's being revealed that it's her, is just so classic. We use that in one of the songs for my band. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what kills me about the I forgot her name. Jesus, Pamela Voorhees was played by.
Oh, hold
on
on.
the tip of my tongue.
This
This requires IMDb.
She only took the job to get a car. Like she needed to get a car. That's the only reason she took the job.
My drummer's gonna hit me because I should know this.
Alice Hardy is in part 2.
Is it the same girl?
Yeah. She's recovering from this thing.
Hold on a moment.
But Betsy Palmer.
Betsy Palmer.
Betsy Palmer, that's right.
Wikipedia is my friend. Yeah, you hear that, Wikipedia, and quit telling me to give you money.
They do ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every time I get on the damn site now, it pops up. Oh, yeah, well, we'll ask you tomorrow. No, don't ask me ever again. The site's been free since I was in 10th grade when it came out.
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
Don't ask me for money. Give me the address and I will send you like cookies for the staff. I will be more than happy to do that. Like
that's the thing. Wikipedia doesn't have a staff. It's publicly edited.
yeah.
Like you're a free encyclopedia. Quit asking me for donations.
Yeah, a lot of organizations like the ASPCA. Just give me the dog. I don't need the mug for $15 a month. Give me the dog.
I don't need the Sarah McLachlan commercial.
No, they're using that money to pay Sarah. That's what that money's going to.
Paying Sarah to make us all ball our fucking eyes out while we're just trying to watch a fucking hockey game.
Sarah don't come cheap.
You know,
she's not on Cameo.
We're waiting for Jason because he's
what a gold mine. You guys ever been on Cameo?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a Cameo or anything, but I have perused it, and I'm like, God damn, $500 for Kevin Smith.
Yeah, some are worth it. Some are pretty decent, and then some are just like astronomical.
If somebody paid $500 to give me a cameo for Kevin Smith, I would suck their dick.
Yeah, I paid like I think it was $50, and I got like a 3-minute segment from Beefcake the Mighty. He just wouldn't stop. He just kept going.
Awesome. Yeah, and he talked about us.
Yeah.
Talked about the Geek Den. That was fucking awesome.
We did the band did Felissa Rose for promoting one of our EPs in the earlier days. Yeah, that was cool.
That's
Rad.
awesome.
And that was good. That was like $75. That was totally affordable because there's also two
Yeah.
tiers. There's like, oh, say happy
Mhm.
birthday to my friend, or like promote some shit for me, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And some of that promoting thing, I mean, God, like you look at like Kane Hodder to promote something for you, it's like $1,500 or something like that. It's nuts.
Yeah. And Craig got one from Art the Clown himself,
Yep. And Laura Jane Grace.
and Laura Jane Grace.
Yeah.
What I missed?
So, well, you and Denise both got one from Laura Jane Grace.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
Yep.
But,
What did I
okay.
miss? Yeah, no.
Oh, we got on a tangent about Cameo.
Oh yeah.
But we definitely just veered off.
Full service.
Just killing time.
Waiting for you.
I had to get juice. for this.
Nah, you're good, buddy. Parental things. We get it. You're number 7, Jason.
So this one was actually kind of a toss. I'm still just going up my humans list.
Mhm.
I don't know. This one was a toss up for me. Between Babyface from The Hills Run Red. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. I know Craig. has.
Yeah.
And Jacob from See No Evil.
Jacob, good night. Good one.
And that's a. The toss up is they are both big brute fucking characters with a nasty.
Played by the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Yeah, cocaine.
Yep.
So the
Mayor Kane.
Glenn Jacobs.
Glenn Jacobs.
Glenn Jacobs.
I don't know. I think The Hills Run Red had a better storyline, but Jacob's probably a more prolific killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob Goodnight.
Dude, he had the better kills too. Like the fucking hook through the jaw thing. That was badass.
You know, he did have some kills, and it's not like they were unexpected. And it was very much a product of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like very much. Like even like the tattoos being like, oh, look, she's got a, what was it, like a fucking tribal cross or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You got a frat boy cross.
Just the fact.
Get a pass.
It's just the fact that it's a cross.
You had like a fucking
fact that it's a
tramp stamp. What would have happened?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you know, that was it. Jacob, good night then.
Jacob, good night. Krager, number 7.
Angela from Sleepaway Camp.
You bastard, that was my next one. I'm running out, fellas. I'm running out.
That just describes how iconic she is. Just for like one face. One little face
yep.
she made like, yeah.
Saying one face is, I mean, at the time, like it gets a lot of shit now.
Yeah.
That fucking movie was a masterpiece when it came out as far as horror.
Yeah.
It wasn't a, it's bad for people now through the lens of history, really, is what the problem is now. You know, it's like it's transphobic, it misunderstands this, that, and the other thing. The thing is, I don't think the writers for that movie were not thinking about that shit at all. They were just like, what's a good fucking shock ending we could drop in here? What is the reason for it?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was thinking of it back then.
Well, I mean, it was, that's what I'm saying. It was so far ahead of its time as far as like making a good reason. It wasn't just some, like, what would you have in The Burning? Arguably one of the first recognized slasher movies. You had an old asshole camp counselor burning supposedly to the point of insanity and coming back for revenge. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't that at all. There was no fucking revenge. This was just somebody driven nuts from their first waking moment onward, right? Like, and the reason behind it is why people look back and they're like, oh, it's homophobic, transphobic, it's just horrible. It was a product of its times, and I do not believe anybody who wrote that movie meant it in such a way.
No.
Yeah.
It's pretty spot on.
Fail miserably against Pennywise, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if she could throw boiling water on him.
Oh, that's true. She's good.
So we're gonna count that as Craig and Billy's number 7.
Yeah. I'm going through my head. I'm like, man, I need more. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Turning from me, you can.
Do what?
I was offering to give one of mine, although it's not going to help that much because I'm running out too.
All right.
Although I haven't even
my
hit
next,
the side.
my number 6, I had him on here, crossed him off, crossed the replacement off, put him back. John Doe from 7. Like I said, I went with my favorite.
He fits the bill for a slasher, right? Doesn't matter. Like he does, like the
Yeah, he does.
And he definitely fits the bill.
He has like a jigsaw approach to it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, even more so than that, just because there was some thought and engineering. Let's be fair, with Gluttony,
Right.
all he did was force feed by a gunpoint and then kick him in the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was not really a like that. He had a plan. He had a purpose. He had something he wanted to prove, and everything else was just fucking with cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like a lot of it was honestly just fucking with cops. And it's like some of the stuff that happens in 7, right? He would have to understand how everybody was going to react to what he was doing.
Yeah.
In order to get the ending that he wanted.
Right.
Right. So I mean, I guess as far as a power for a human goes, it's like some fucking preternatural ability to predict. Which, I mean, maybe he could have done. I mean, if you guys know about that, you know, the handwritten fucking binders that were wall to wall in his house, like somebody actually did fill those. Those were really done. They had a production assistant do it and write all that shit out. So, like, somebody could they figure out that Mills and Somerset would be the perfect people to fucking round out with?
Right.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I can't argue that 7 isn't a slasher. He's John Doe's a fucking slasher.
Yeah,
he is a slasher.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Jason, number 6.
Now that I am running out of shit because of this, yeah. So we haven't already named him. I'm going to name him because I'm still on my human side. Leatherface.
I have him.
Hewitt or Sawyer, either one. You run with either name. I don't give a shit. Go through the variety doing the chainsaw dance and the fucking 70s era, like fucking beautiful sunset dancing with a chainsaw fucking version. Or do it the nasty version that's got some chick's boyfriend's face put over his face because his face looks like shit because of a birth defect from the shitty plant.
Yeah.
Cool. Doesn't matter what version. Leatherface is an iconic fucking slasher.
Absolutely.
Would he pass the Pennywise litmus test? Yes, he would. Absolutely. Zero fear because he's too stupid to be afraid.
That's completely fair.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, what are you going to show him that's going to scare him? What has he not seen? What are you going to?
Maybe the family dying.
No, perhaps
that's the only thing that he cares about. So.
Yeah, his family.
It's like even
his
that
chainsaw running out of gasoline.
That's the only one I can think of. Like if like he went to crank and it just wouldn't. At the same time, I don't think he's just turning around and get out.
Oh God.
I don't know. I think anger and happy are the only two things you get.
Oh shit, that was great. All right, Craig, number 6.
We'll take your soul apart. What?
Since no one said it yet, I'll just go with Patrick Bateman.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I have Patrick Bateman.
Very nice. I didn't have him. I should have had him.
I considered it. The only reason
now we're all running out of shit.
Well, from the either story, but mostly from the movie, you don't know at the end whether or not it was all a delusion or whether or not it was real.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, can you count him, or is he just a crazy fucking yuppie?
Well, I mean, it's like Inception.
Yeah.
Apparently has an answer.
You don't know.
Got an answer. The whole thing that's so it's fucking. I saw Inception one time and honestly wasn't as impressed as everybody else was. Like, I mean, it was good, but I wasn't like, you know, like it wasn't some kind of.
You weren't high enough.
No, dude, I couldn't have watched it high because I wouldn't have understood half of what I was seeing. think. Either that or I would have understood it the wrong way. When the rest of these guys walking in the fucking room spinning around, it's because he's also a drink. The thing about Patrick Bateman though, like, is first off, if he did kill the people he killed, how many people did he kill? So you have the hookers, right?
Yeah.
Definitely the hookers, one of which he chewed apart, which that's fucking nuts. As well as fucking what's his name? The fucking his nemesis, Jared Leto.
Oh, what was his name?
Let me see, fucking whatever his name's card is.
Yeah.
I call him Lumberg because of your background, Billy. Let me see Lumberg's card.
Oh wait, not that one. How you doing? GPS reports, right, boss?
No, so you like he's got those three. He blew up a cop car, didn't he? When the gun, like he shot it and it exploded.
Yeah.
The dog counts, right? I feel like we got to count the dog, right?
Yeah.
Did he
Good.
kill the dog?
Good.
Yeah.
What did he kill the dog? What dog?
Didn't he like stomp a dog to death in the alleyway or some shit?
He stomped the homeless guy to death in an alleyway. Did he stomp the dog too?
I don't know. I remember there being a dog and I was not pleased, but
He might have. I mean, he's got a decent. Actually, when you look at it, he's got a pretty decent kill count for a single movie.
Yeah.
Disregarding
and style. He has style.
And
He does have
in
style.
class.
Did you guys ever read the thing about Willem Dafoe as the detective following up on the cases? Did y'all ever read the thing about how he was told to play the interview with Bateman? They did it three.
Yeah.
3 ways, right? So the first way they were like, film it as if you know 100% you got this fucking guy and you know he did it.
Yeah.
Second way is that you suspect but you're not sure, and the third way is that you have no clue. And they interspliced all of those different cuts. So at the end, like that's an unsettling scene just dealing with that because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
Because it's Willem Dafoe and he plays anything you tell him to perfectly, even if it's just Willem Dafoe being Willem Dafoe. And because Bateman or fucking Christian
The Lighthouse.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's fucking in The Lighthouse. He is beyond acceptably insane in that fucking movie, but he's still fucking perfect.
Magic.
Yeah.
Like show me a movie where he's overacted. Like he's an overactor, but show me a movie where he is overacted.
Yeah.
It just works for him. There's something about his face.
Some could claim Boondock Saints, but no, that was just Paul Smecker.
No, even Boondock Saints, when he was really getting into the fucking shit at the end and he stops and he fucking pulls himself back, he is collected again.
Yeah.
As if he didn't just fucking go overboard.
That's what I'm saying. It was the perfect role for him.
I really do think he would have made an incredible fucking Joker.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
He has the look already.
He still could be a great Joker.
Right? Just some like white grease paint, he'd have been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Give him some red lipstick.
Change.org. Let's start a petition. You
Seriously.
heard it here first, folks.
Great suggestion, Kurt. That was a fucking wonderful.
Yeah, Patrick Bateman, good one.
So
Billy, you're up next.
John Doe.
All right, I'm up. If we're talking iconic horror antagonists, a lot of these people come to mind. Some have been said tonight, but not Turkey from Thanksgiving.
Haven't seen it yet.
Wow, I haven't seen it either.
Oh,
really?
You are both in for quite a ride.
Oh no, I'm gonna enjoy. I know.
If you like poultry, guys.
You're talking Thanksgiving, not the new Thanksgiving.
No,
right?
no. The not the one the Pilgrim or Thanksgiving or whatever the new one is. This one is about the killer turkey named Turkey, who goes around murdering scores of people in the most heinous ways, and quippy one-liners such as like "gobble gobble, mother effer," like, oh, it's so terrific.
Dude, if I watch
he shoots people with shotguns. He just has wings, man. It's nuts. It's great.
It's fucked up. Turkeys are supposedly pretty smart birds. It's a real.
But, oh man, yeah, he's.
I will take in which a turkey delivers a one-liner after using a shotgun that he could not have ever used. I will accept that as something I need to see. That is time that I will spend well.
I'm fairly sure within the first 3 minutes there is a kill in the movie, and it is a memorable one.
Yeah.
He's just like a perverted, terrible turkey. And they made
How
a
many?
sequel.
Yeah, they did. I do know that sequel, but how many does everybody have left? Real quick.
After those, I have.
I've got 4.
I got 13 left.
I have 3.
I have 3 because we're only doing 10,
Yes, but I've also separated.
Jason. But
Jason brought enough for the rest of the
If I
class.
start breaking out, like I could start breaking out the fucking my supernatural ones.
I've just been mixing them in.
I mean, if we're mixing them in, I will use my last 3 as supernatural. I'm not going to
4.
I'm going to let
it. Billy, how many do you have left?
3.
3. Jason's got 3. I've got 3. All right. So my next one, because Craig stole Patrick Bateman, Jason stole Leatherface from me. Victor Crowley.
I have 2 left.
You won't want to
Sorry, Billy. I have 2 left.
Hands down, my favorite slasher killer of any. I love it. My favorite horror franchise.
Yeah, Hatchet's a great series.
They say at night you can still hear them crying across the swamp. That's everybody, like, they talk about how sad, because it's a sad story, but if you just isolate the noise, it's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah,
The noise is hilarious. Sounds like my dog wanting to get out of his crate in the morning. Like, it's so bad. Great series. The fucking return and the rebirth of the American slasher. And every fucking part is good. They're
consistently good.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, Jason.
So yeah, I guess if I'm gonna narrow it down to 3 on this, I'm gonna let you guys take the other ones. I'm gonna go with Death from Final Destination. So in the Final Destination franchise, Death could arguably be seen as an actual thinking, moving thing. It was basically Rube Goldberg with a fucking hoodie. Like the kill count's fucking astronomical because nobody fucking survives.
Yeah.
Right. Really, right? B, if it's all supposed to be planned, it's all supposed to be set out. It is a clever, stupid movie. Like, that's the best way I know how to put it. It is a clever, stupid movie. That and Tony Todd. Tony Todd. I mean, like, Tony Todd. He's great people. He's good at everything I've ever seen. Like, is he explaining the rules of death, or is he death? Is he showing up just long enough to be like, haha, you can't catch me? Now I'm going to burn this bitch. Like, you don't know. Either way, Death, Final Destination series.
That's a good one. I like that. Craig.
Some may disagree, but I like Brightburn. I'd consider it a slasher. I mean, he takes out the Earth.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Brightburn.
You know there's going to be a part 2.
Yeah.
You know about the scene they cut from the first one with the girl's hand?
Yeah.
Did you know?
That's what I mean. Like, it's like science fiction, but it's also gory. So he could easily be a slasher.
Well, it was. You know what's funny is, like, if you watch The Boys, or you read the comic book series The Boys, right? Or even watch Supreme from Marvel, any of that type of stuff. If you look at it, it explains, like, what would happen if somebody really had these incredible godlike abilities. What would they really do with it? Because nothing could stop them. You couldn't check them. You couldn't force them not to. So it would be if they wanted to or not. That's all it would be. So, to my understanding, the Brightburn thing, the argument was, like, if Superman had basically been sent here but with completely
Yeah.
like what you have done this time. You can't do anything to stop him. There's nothing in the world. He's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, and they cut a scene out from the original movie, and that was at the very end. There was a post-credit scene where the girl whose hand he fucked up at school
Yeah.
is getting a bionic one in place that she helped design. So she's like super intelligent. And she crushes a fucking rock with it or does something. I can't remember what it was.
Oh man.
But the whole idea was setting up this like him existing gave rise to other things coming up too.
Yeah.
And that was where part 2 was supposed to come from. I'm curious as to whether or not they're going to do it since they didn't put that in the second actually put that in there.
Yeah.
I don't think the Brightburn's definitely I maybe not a slasher, but definitely a fucking horror movie. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It's like 5 horror. Either one. Nobody fucking lives.
Billy.
Okay. Well, if Jason is going to go with Death from Final Destination, which is definitely like an exterior force, I'm going to go with the scientists from Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, good one. As an entire thing, yeah. Actually, you don't have to go with scientists. You just go with the fucking elders or whatever they keep, or the board. The board is really
the organization itself.
Right, the entire organization trying to please the old gods who decided they will let you run with it as long as you satisfy whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also, it was funny. I was reading a list about that the other day with like horror villains that were secretly correct, and one of them was Sigourney Weaver in Cabin in the Woods. Like, so it wasn't even secret. It was pretty fair. Like, if you just fucking kill this dude, literally everybody on Earth no. All right, you bitch. Fuck it. Little kids, babies that were just fucking toast because of you.
Yeah. No, I would chuck someone in a pit.
No, right? Would you not? He like Stoner dude probably would have offed himself. He'd be like, "You're right," and just fucking dove off into a pit.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about
it. He had the cool collapsible piece too. I mean, he could have done some.
You know, they actually made it. You know, it worked, right? The props department actually made it because they were like, it has to be functional. He's got to be able to hit from it, and he's got to be able to fucking collapse it and drink from it. So they were like, they made it.
Be still my heart. If that thing ends up on Etsy.
I get, you know, there's no way the props department that somebody wasn't like, hey guys, I've got the design. We can make this a fucking reality. We have the technology.
We can rebuild him.
Yeah, Steve Austin, that thing. I really want one. Get Elon Musk on the phone. Let's figure some shit out.
He was in Dollhouse and he was in Cabin in the Woods. I can't remember his name, but he's been good in everything I've ever seen him in too. The stoner dude, he's been great in everything I've ever seen him in.
Yeah.
Wow. Shit. Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Although that whole thing was nothing but a bunch of future stars and a couple of fucking cameos.
Yeah.
Fucking Chris Hemsworth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, was it Chris?
Right.
Well, no, maybe.
Well, now I got
Liam.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was Chris Hemsworth.
I think it was too, but now I'm not sure.
My favorite person is the one scientist who was the ethics guy in Billy Madison, the guy who tried to take over the company. Yeah. I saw him. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, this guy's great.
It's Weasel guy.
Bradley
Whitford. Yeah.
And yes, it was. It was Chris Hemsworth. Oh wait, hey, there we go. Okay, so the stoner dude his name is Fran Kranz. He was in Dollhouse. He's been in a bunch of Joss Whedon shit, actually. That's fucked up.
Go ahead.
They still couldn't win, and they had Thor. All right.
Yeah, well, right. No, they would have won. Thor would have won if he hadn't just jumped off into a pit. That was actually the part of the movie where I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
He's fucking like, because he fucking hits the screen and fucking
so stupid.
No, it's fucking, I'll be back.
It was like some Looney Tunes stuff.
Yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious. All right. Okay. Was that a addition to your list to replace one?
That was in there, but I'm just glad that I was able to use it. It was like
Right. Okay.
Got uno mas.
I've got two. I don't know which one to go with first. You know what? I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna say Otis Driftwood.
Nice.
Yes.
I
Because
almost went with the Rob Zombie Driftwoods, but I didn't know where to draw the line with just one of them. I mean, you would think it would be Otis, right? Because I mean, Otis was definitely the one that seemed to take the most pleasure in it.
Otis was always like the ringleader. Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
Right.
At the same time, Baby really got a kick out of fucking with people.
I think you could go with the family. I mean, we went with the family from the Hills Have Eyes.
You could,
So,
but it also
Yeah.
Good.
but then could we go with the Texas Chainsaw family as well if we're going with family affairs there?
only if you count the origins. Although the first Chainsaw, I guess you would count Granddad, you would count fucking the Hitchhiker, and the second one you definitely have to count Chop Top, right? I mean, like you can't say no to Chop Top. He's definitely a fucking murderer.
Yeah.
For me, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and give my number one in that case because for me, I split them up because my number one's Captain Spaulding.
Put them together. Put the Driftwoods together. I think
Oh,
that's
then I'm out.
Firefly family.
I gotta pull one out of my ass.
In service to fucking to Dr. Satan, right? Like that's what they were really doing is they were in service to Dr. Satan. That's what the whole point.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
at the second one, they were escaping from what they did in service to Dr. Satan, but they were still working together.
Yeah.
And even Three from Hell was just them trying to escape the fucking ramifications of what happened in part two.
Yeah.
For sure.
Still stayed a family the whole time, even though they were dwindling family members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was going with individual successes as villains, I guess, because look at what Otis did, fucking Fish Boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, Dwight.
Poor Dwight.
Can you imagine fucking John popping up in that scene and mugging at the camera?
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
You just see Fish Boy Dwight. You just hear him go, Michael,
Pretending to be a fish is wrong, man, especially if you see my current predicament. Michael!
All right, Jason.
Which one are we on? We on? Oh yeah, I've got two left, right?
Yeah, you and Craig.
Problematically, I've now got to cut down a list of 10 to 3. One of which Victor Crowley named. I started off with Death, which I figured was coming in strong. So there's a bunch of good ones on this, and it's a problem. I mean, really, it's all right. So for slashers, if you were to head them off against each other, the Cenobites, all of them obviously led by Pinhead, the Cenobites. They have a huge fucking. They actually apparently have the highest kill count on screen. I'm gonna guess that's for part 3 in the fucking club.
I can believe that, actually. Totally believe that.
That's according to that was according to Google though. Like whether or not it's correct, I'm sure there's an actual count out there where someone's gonna be like, no, because I read killed a bus full of fucking something. I don't know. It's according to Google. Pinhead and the Cenobites have the highest possible kill count if that was actually a thing. But even if it wasn't, back to whether or not they would just stand up to Pennywise, yes, they absolutely could. It'd be fucking hilarious. Join them. You'd be like, can I have a leather jacket? And he would fucking jump in. Added to which they literally represent a place in hell that is its own hell. Right? So, and so they're...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say he's probably top of the food chain as far as that goes. But that's just if you go by only the Cenobite lore. Which even the remake was pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
Still haven't watched it.
Dude, it was fucking good.
Yeah. I'll check that out. I've been meaning to. But yeah, the list of shit I have to watch is ever growing. So but Krieger.
Henry Kriegblow from Bruiser.
Oh, hey.
I haven't seen Bruiser.
Good mention. Is it fair to call it slasher though?
I mean, kind of.
Like, don't get me wrong, he definitely did some slasher-ass shit, but the movie itself, let's be fair, the movie kind of defies description as far as what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, what do you do when you see a crocodile?
You run, you slide, you hit the bump and take a dive.
It's Crocodile Mile, the great new water slide with splashdown pool. And the incredible boomerang bump that sends you flying. But watch out for the crocs.
You run, you slide, you hit the bump and take a dive.
Crocodile Mile with boomerang bump and giant splashdown pool. New from Marshall.
Calling all boys for Army gear. Weapons check. Your machete has a hidden power.
There's a troop of 6 and a lookout tower.
That canteen so much more I hear.
There are planes and torpedoes in this Army gear. Take a look at this watch I wear. Weapons and troops are gathered there. An army and an army, all right here.
We're the volunteers for Army gear.
Join the Army gear. The Army in an Army. Open to reveal 2 worlds of battle action. From Galoob.
No, you could you could argue it's a slasher. It's like a Romero slasher though, so it's an intelligent slasher.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like can't be fun. There's actually like a story to it.
All right, then that's it. Intelligent slasher.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that one out because I've never seen that.
Don't go in thinking horror movie. I mean, it is, but it's not. I would
I
actually
tend not to.
feel like a fucking psychodrama than it is anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more psychological, except there's real physical shit happening. It's a fucking weird movie.
Yeah.
Sweet. Billy, your final.
All right. I am going to go with and from one source of media in particular, I am going to go with the Headless Horseman from the Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci.
Yes.
Sleepy Hollow.
Absolutely.
And I would like to see him go up against Pennywise because unless you got that tree, I mean, he's not afraid of anything. So he passes the litmus test.
Either. Like he wasn't afraid of the tree either. It's just what he was fucking beholden to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What I was going to do be like, I'm your tree and now I've got leaves.
Right.
What's possibly going to do as a response?
It wouldn't be a fear. It would be an anger thing maybe. Or like, yeah.
Well, it's like if you remember of it, like even like that's a completely different version of hell than the Cenobites control. So I'm not sure they could really do anything to him. I mean, what are you gonna hook him and he's gonna be like, oh, fucking reform? You know?
That's a good one.
It's not bad at all.
It's a good one. Jason, you got one more?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so this one is actually a toss-up. None of us have mentioned art. And I feel like the reason we haven't is because it's so obvious. You know, clown. It's fucking.
I knew Craig was going to say art.
Well, I
that was my number one.
Well, see,
thanks
that's
a lot.
Which is why I was kind of hoping that we could mention. Well, that's.
I'm the fanboy. I should have brought it up.
Well, actually, I'm still bringing him up because it feels like it should be the answer, but the actual answer is the demons from Night of the Demon, most in particular Angela. Night of the Demons. So
that's fair. Yeah.
Even in the remake, any version of it, you could say all of them together. You could say just her. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Only 3 people survived out of the remake, the original, the second one. I think only 1 did, and she wiped out an entire actual party. I mean, it was fairly decent. I thought makeup wasn't bad for the time either. It's either going to be that, the Deadites, or art. So I'm going to go with that. Demons.
Deadites. Right on. All right. Craig, you got 2 left, right?
Yeah. Well, not anymore. Thanks a lot.
Oh, no, still mention it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and include it.
All right. Well, first there's Henry Warden from My Bloody Valentine.
Nice.
I almost put him on my list. Almost put him on there.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And then, of course, Art the Clown.
Absolutely. He's my number
and
one.
We know why. We absolutely know why. Because he reshaped modern horror.
I gave it a fucking jump start.
Kicking the ass.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So I think it's hilarious reading about the people bitching about it. While like the whole like it doesn't even have a storyline. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Fucking murderous
I'm
clowns.
just not paying attention.
The storyline is chaos.
You gotta look past the gore, people.
I think that's what it is to most people. They just think it's like a shocker movie and there's no intelligence behind it. But like if they knew half of the work those people put into that movie, they wouldn't be complaining as much. You would have seen results, you know, like you got a guy directing, he's doing makeup and everything else, and then yeah. It's like that entire crew they're like Guar. They're like the Guar.
The Guar of movies. Funny because Guar is the Guar of movies. But like, they're legitimately like the new Guar of movies. They're the Guar of movies where they wanted it to be slightly less fucking B-rated. Which is hilarious because you still argue it's a all right. So their first Terrifier you would argue was a B movie, or some people would. I wouldn't. I thought the effects looked fucking incredible in it.
Yeah. I thought it was more Grindhouse.
It was just low budget.
Well, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people are like, it's a B movie, it's low budget, it's this, that, or the other thing.
It's just independent. That's all.
The effects looked good. They stood up.
Yeah.
And they used darkness where they needed it. They fucking lit the shit they needed to light. It looked really good.
Yeah.
There's fucking full-on studio productions that don't look as good as that movie does.
Yeah.
It's a horror fan making a horror movie that just somehow like blew up, you know. It's because they are us. They're not like big producers, you know what I mean? Like they're on the same level as us. They just make movies.
Right.
Damien, he fucking wanted to sit down and make a movie in which he could finally see some of the kills he'd always wondered why they pulled away from in other movies.
Yeah.
I know, like at least in the first one.
Yeah.
You know, and then for that matter, there was also breaking the different tropes of what a slasher is. Like people got pissed off because he pulled out a fucking Glock when he was dealing with the one.
Art was pissed off when he pulled out a Glock. You could see it. Watch this fucking movie. He's mad that he's using that gun.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, you find out later.
He's pissed.
He didn't have to. He chose.
No.
And
yeah, but he was.
Give the man a Tommy gun and he'll be happy.
Yeah, that was great. Too.
Yeah. the food is always funny at Brown Cafe. And on that note, this has been fun. That was our countdown of our individual top 10 slashers. Even though there's a bunch of confusion going in, we got it figured out. We did. We did the damn.
I knew we could do it.
And
knew we were gonna end up yelling at each other. There's still a lot. There's still a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's some iconic ones that we didn't even touch on today.
Yeah, no, Michael Myers is not on that list.
Yeah, I mean, you got like, did anyone say Jason?
No, the supernatural Jason nobody mentioned.
We said the people around him.
Yeah, we said like his mom, the guy who impersonated him, but not him.
Same thing with Freddy. I mean,
yeah,
Freddy was actually on my list at one point.
Freddy was on my list at one point, but I was like, it's low hanging fruit. You want to try to
exactly
dig into, you know.
Yeah,
you want to reach for shit like this.
I was thinking when we were still going to be competing, like coming up with our tops, and then like deciding against each other, then who would be left over. The thing is Freddy would only be effective in his own world. He's not effective in reality. Shown multiple times.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the Bastard Child of the Series Part 2, like he is effective in reality.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got some debating in, talk some more movies. We're gonna.
And now everybody can go see Trick.
Yeah, I need to watch that movie. But Craig, Jason, Billy, if you could hit that stop button, that'd be great. Cheers, boys.